I'm about to show you how to study fast based on what I've learned from my experiences. In this video, you'll learn how to reduce the discomfort you feel while studying so you can focus without losing your sanity. Discover how to learn smarter and retain information for the long term. Learn how to study faster, giving you more time to enjoy the rest of your day. Plus, I'll share a simple trick to increase your memory capacity and boost your intelligence. Let's dive in. Number 1. Reduce discomfort feeling and get rid of distraction. Me in the past, after a few minutes of study sessions, I would always feel discomfort in my head and chest, and my mind would go, "No, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go back to sleep." But one day, I got angry. I said to myself, I can't continue like this. I really want to learn, to work, to become something. So I started to find solutions for every small detail that gave me reasons to stop. First thing I did was create a balance, where I have two sides, discomfort and pleasure. What does that mean? Well, if the discomfort level is high, that means I will get that "I don't want to do this anymore" feeling. And if the pleasure level is high, that means that I have no problem to start and keep learning. But every time I learn, my pleasure level will consistently be dropping until I reach 0. Then my discomfort level will start to raise, making me want to quit that unpleasant learning thing. The second thing I did was write down things that make me feel discomfort, like feeling tired, sweaty, cold, stiff, tired eyes, and give each of them a certain percentage that will drop my pleasure level. The third thing I did was to solve the problem, and I went like, how do I fix this tired feeling? Well, I do sleep well, but even if I do that, sometimes I still feel tired. And I've remembered that sometimes when I wake up, my instinct is to stretch my body. And I went into analyze mode and found out that it's not just about stretching, it's about pumping our blood everywhere in our body to switch our system from sleep mode to wake mode. So now every time I wake up, I stand up and squeeze all of my muscles at the same time as hard as I can for 3 seconds to warm up my engine. Now, how to fix this stiff feeling? I know stretching is the solution, but stretching is painful. But I thought, I just need to do it a little bit just to unlock my muscle flexibility. So I came up with the term light stretch and 3 exercises. Neck stretch, where I just lift up my left, right, and middle side of my chin. Crab stretch, to unlock my straight posture, and standing toe touch stretch, to unlock my lower back flexibility, so I won't use more force to keep my back straight. The next 2 was how to stop the sweaty and cold feeling, and yeah, that's simple. Just take a shower and wear warm clothes. And the last one was how to get rid of the tired eyes. I knew if I sleep and eat, I won't get this discomfort. But if I study a lot, I will get it. Here's the solution. I found it by accident. While washing my face with soap for combination oily skin, my eyes stopped feeling tired. And I asked myself why it has this effect. The soap only gets rid of bacteria and oil on my face. But my face has no pimples, so it's not about bacteria. Then it should be about the oil. So, too much oil around my eyes makes them feel tired. Solved. And about the distraction part, I just had to throw away or ignore everything that made my time go to waste. Number 2, learning by talking to yourself in your own style. Back in my teenage years, I didn't know an efficient way to learn, so I simply repeated information over and over, word for word, until I memorized it. But that was not an effective way to learn. I even ended up not wanting to learn anymore because it took so much time just to remember something I would forget the very next day. Everyone learns differently, and everyone has their own way of understanding things. One trick I discovered that helped me learn efficiently and retain information long term was to read the material out loud while talking to myself, then rephrase it in my own unique style. Let's take this schematic of the heart's 4 chambers. Right now, I'm only talking to myself. Here's how it goes. So, we have a heart that has 4 chambers, 2 up and 2 down. The upper ones are atria and the lower ones are ventricles. Each one has a left and a right side. Right atrium collects the oxygen-poor blood from the body and then drains the blood into the right ventricle. The first part, the right atrium, takes the no oxygen blood and stores it into our second part, the right ventricle. Right ventricle pump the blood low in oxygen to the lungs. The lungs then refill the blood with oxygen. The second part, the right ventricle, takes this no oxygen blood and pumps it into the lungs company, where it is recharged with oxygen. Left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumps it to the left ventricle. The third part, the left atrium, takes the oxygenated blood from the lungs and stores it in the fourth part, the left ventricle. Left ventricle pushes oxygenated blood into your aorta, from which the blood is pumped to the entire body. The fourth part, the left ventricle takes all its oxygenated blood and gives it to the aorta. What is the aorta? It's our largest blood vessel that connects to the body. This aorta will transport all the oxygenated blood back to the body. You will not remember the information word for word, but because you understood how it works, and in your own style, you can recreate it again and again using new words. You know, even on tests, they don't copy-paste the questions from the book. They rewrite them using different words, and because you know how to recreate this information again and again, you will recognize what the question is asking you. Number 3, learn the most important things. One day, back in my teens, I felt overwhelmed. I wanted more time to enjoy life, to do the things that made me happy, but my study sessions consumed every moment, leaving me exhausted and drained. So I did what any sane person would do. I looked up advice on the internet, and I came across one piece that stood out. It talked about focusing on the most important things and included a set of questions to ask myself, like, what are the course objectives? What does this course aim to teach me? What skills or knowledge will I gain by the end of this course? How will this course improve my understanding of the subject? What concepts are fundamental and must be mastered? What connections does this course have with other topics I've studied? Those questions changed something in me. They made me create my detective mode, my Sherlock mode. They gave me a new mindset that I'm not here just to learn the information in front of me, but to learn this ability, this skill, these powerful tools that will be useful in different situations throughout my life. Also, another way to find the most important things is to look for the basics, the first roots that grow. These should teach you almost everything, and all the other details will orbit around them, making it easier to understand and remember. Number 4, extra storage. I always had a problem remembering stuff. Even if I get a brilliant idea, it slips away within seconds, driving me crazy as I try to remember it. But before I tell you how I did it, I'm going to tell you what it did to me. This helped me maintain my memories, gain easier access to them, recall them at lightning speed, and improve my focus significantly. And because I always had the information in front of me, even if I spaced out a little, I could get back on track just by reading the last sentence. It also boosted my intelligence and analytical skills. Now, how I did it. I discovered that I can remember much better if I write things down. That made me think. If I can save those notes and always have them with me, I can create extra storage for my brain, which is much easier to access than my memory. So, to solve this, I downloaded the app Keep Notes, where you can back up your notes so you won't lose them. Then, I started writing down my memories, thoughts, analysis, studies, plans, everything. And I could quickly find any note whenever I wanted. I just needed to type the keyword of the topic into the search bar, and surprise, it appeared. If you like this video, be careful. You might drown if you don't use my subscribe button vest. See you soon.